Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite Nhl Dfs plays for this Thursday, December 14th slate. We got ourselves 8 games here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and then we'll wrap up the video with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. With that being said, let's dive right into this. And we're going to kick things off here by highlighting the 8 games we have on this slate tonight, showing you the money lines and over-unders. First set of games here, we got the Blue Jackets at Maple Leafs, Capitals at Flyers, Hurricanes at Red Wings, and the Flames taking on the Minnesota Wild. Next set of games here, we got the Senators at Blues, Lightning at Oilers, Blackhawks at Kraken, and the Florida Panthers taking on the Vancouver Canucks. And then here's your midweek schedule update. We got one more NHL video here today, and then 2 NFL DFS videos coming out this weekend. My final cash plays video coming out on Friday, and my final tournament or GPP plays video coming out on Saturday. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for this 8-game slate tonight. Going back to this first line here tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, we got McDavid centering Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins. Yes, I highlighted them the other day, and yes, they certainly are an expensive line stack, but this line is on fire right now. They've combined for 17 goals, 33 assists, 50 points in their last 10 games, averaging 5 points per game as a line, and I do expect the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are sitting in a good matchup at home tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, to take away some of the ownership here from the forwards for the Oilers, and I like this matchup at home for Edmonton against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who've allowed 3.53 goals per game this year, the second most in the NHL, and their penalty kill has really struggled as of late, and their last 6 games they're hitting at just a 67% rate. And then a cheaper line stack that I like here tonight is that first line for the Philadelphia Flyers. You got Couturier centering Konechny and Forrester. Good matchup at home tonight against the Washington Capitals, and this line has played very well as of late, having combined for 10 goals, 23 assists, 33 points in just their last 7 games. I love the correlation you're getting with these 3 as well, all currently playing up on the Flyers' #1 power play. And again, I like this matchup at home against the Capitals, who are not a great puck possession team, as they currently rank 26th in the NHL in Corsi percentage and expected goals percentage. Now folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. We're trying to get Slydog Sports here to 4,000 subs by the end of 2023. Probably a lofty goal, but if you haven't subbed yet here today and you can help us out there, again, I would really appreciate it. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards, and the first guy that I got is John Tavares of the Toronto Maple Leafs, priced at $6,600 in a good matchup at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's been a point-per-game player so far this year, 8 goals, 18 assists, 26 points in 26 games, but I do believe that some positive regression should be coming his way, especially in the goal department. He's currently second on this Maple Leafs team in expected goals at 12.6, that's 4.6 more than he's currently scored. He's going to play on that second line with Mitch Marner tonight and up on the Maple Leafs' #1 power play, and I do believe that that second line with him and Mitch Marner should come under ownership compared to that first line with Matthews and Nylander. The next forward I got on my list here is Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild, priced at $6,400 tonight in a matchup at home against the Calgary Flames. This guy has found his scoring touch as of late, putting up 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points in his last 7 games. And the Flames are coming into Minnesota here tonight, not having played their best hockey as of late, just going 1-4-1 in their last 6 games, while allowing 4.33 goals per game during that stretch. We're going to see Boldy play up on the first line and #1 power play tonight. I then got Josh Norris here, the Ottawa Senators, priced at $5,200 tonight, heading on the road against the St. Louis Blues, who are a vulnerable team right now, having gone just 3-7-0 in their last 10 games, while allowing 4.20 goals per game during that stretch. That ultimately led to the Blues firing their head coach in Craig Berube after their loss the other night to the Red Wings 6-4. I liked Norris here because he's currently playing up on that first line and #1 power play, and has been shooting the puck a lot more as of late too. He's racked up 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points in 20 games this year, and he's definitely someone who offers multiple point upside. Now, dipping into the 4K range of forwards here, first one that I want to highlight is Oliver Bjorkstrand of the Seattle Kraken, priced at $4,700 in a good matchup at home against the Chicago Blackhawks, and I kind of like the Kraken in general. They offer a lot of value at their prices, especially considering this matchup against Chicago, one of the worst defensive teams in the NHL. Goaltending is not very great. I could could have highlighted McCann here, Tolvanen, but ultimately ended on Bjorkstrand, playing some good hockey this year, 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points in 30 games. He leads this team in shot attempts as well, and is second on the team in shots on goal, while playing on their third line and number 1 power play. And then the other 4K forward play that I like here tonight is JT Compher, the Detroit Red Wings, priced at $4,300 in a matchup at home against the Hurricanes. He did miss the last 4 games due to an injury, but is expected back here tonight, centering that first line and number 1 power play with Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat. Love the upside there with those two, and he's been a solid player this year, especially considering the price. 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points in 24 games. Now, moving on to the defensemen here, and it's probably a safe bet anytime I'm playing the Oilers forwards. I have Evan Bouchard on my radar as well, priced at $6,900 here tonight, again playing the Lightning at home. An offensive defenseman who's been great this year, 8 goals, 22 assists, 30 points in 26 games. Someone who logs around 22 plus minutes per night and plays up on that Oilers number 1 power play, where we can stack him up on that number 1 power play or with that first line that I highlighted earlier. But generally speaking, there's a lot of value in my opinion in the 4K range of defensemen tonight. I'm going to highlight quite a few actually, or at least name drop quite a few. First one that we're going to highlight here though is Jake Sanderson of the Ottawa Senators, priced at $4,800, again on the road against the St. Louis Blues. A well-rounded defenseman who can rack up Draftkings points in a number of different ways. He's got 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points in 23 games this year. Someone who also averages 2 shots on net per game and 2 block shots per game, playing 22 plus minutes per night and up on that Sens number 1 power play and on their penalty kill. And then the other defenseman that I like here in the 4K range, or at least the one that I'm highlighting, is Vince Dunn of the Seattle Kraken, priced at $4,300 playing the Blackhawks at home. Another offensive defenseman who's got 4 goals, 19 assists, 23 points in 30 games this year, logs around 23 minutes per game, playing up on the Kraken number 1 power play. But as you can see there's quite a few plays that I like here in the 4K range. You could go with Parayko or Krug or even Justin Falk for the St. Louis Blues. You got Ekblad there, Walker, Hanifin, Sergachev, York, all those guys priced in the 4K range, I absolutely think are in play here tonight. And then if I'm really looking for some price savings here tonight, Alex Vlasic of the Chicago Blackhawks stuck out to me. I don't want to say that I'm in love with it, but the price here at $3,300 is certainly not a bad one, especially with no Seth Jones. Vlasic is playing as the Blackhawks number 1 defenseman. We saw that last game against the Oilers where he logged 24 minutes, played up on the number 1 power play, and logged big minutes on the penalty kill, and he now has 11 plus Draftkings points in 3 of his last 5 games. That's all I'm looking for here at this price. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you, and if I'm looking to spend up at the goalie position tonight, I like Philip Gustafsson of the Minnesota Wild, priced at $8,200 in a matchup at home against the Calgary Flames. He has played extremely well in his last 5 starts, going 4-0-1 with a save percentage of .951 and a goals allowed average of 1.21. And really the Wild as a whole are just playing better defensively since their coaching change, and their last 7 games they've allowed just 1.57 goals per game. And then if I'm looking to save some money at the goalie position, Alex Lyon stuck out to me for the Detroit Red Wings, priced at $6,900 in a matchup at home against the Carolina Hurricanes. Now this is GPP only because the Red Wings themselves not playing great defensively as of late, but Lyon does offer a lot of upside, especially at this price. And since he was called up on November 17th, he's gone 4-2-0 in his 6 starts with a save percentage of .931, goals allowed average of 2.13, averaging 18 Draftkings points per game. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. First guy that I got is Anthony Cirelli of the Tampa Bay Lightning, priced at $3,900 here tonight, and he's played some good hockey as of late. He's racked up 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points in his last 5 games, hitting 20 plus Draftkings points in 3 of those games, while playing on the second line and number 2 power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I then got Kevin Hayes here of the St. Louis Blues, priced at $3,400 tonight. He's found a bit of a scoring touch as of late with 5 goals in his last 10 games, playing on the third line and number 2 power play for the St. Louis Blues. And then the last guy that I got here is Dominic Kubalik of the Ottawa Senators. Now this is a high opportunity play, especially considering the price at $2,600. If you look at his numbers this year, they haven't been great. 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points in 23 games, but he's currently playing up on the second line right now for the Senators with Stützle and Tarasenko, and he's playing on their number 2 power play, logging around 15-16 minutes per game games, so even though the numbers haven't been great this year, the opportunity will be there for him tonight, again, especially considering this price. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 8-game slate. And in the meantime, I'm out of here.